You're lied to around 200 times a day. Most people don't notice a single one. But then there's that person in the room. The one who just knows. Before you even finish the sentence, before the story gets complicated, they look at you and something shifts in their eyes, like they already heard the truth underneath your words. You've met this person. Maybe you are this person. And if you are, I need you to hear this clearly. That's not a coincidence. It's not paranoia. It's not trust issues. It is one of the most sophisticated psychological abilities a human brain can develop. And today, we're going to talk about why some people have it and what it quietly says about who they are. Here's what most people don't understand about lying. A lie isn't just words, it's a performance. And every performance has cracks. The human body tells the truth even when the mouth doesn't. A micro expression lasting less than 1/5 of a second, a slight pause before a specific word, the eyes that move just a little too fast, the story that's almost too perfect, too clean, too rehearsed. Most brains are not trained to catch these signals. They're focused on the content, what you're saying, but a small percentage of people, their brain automatically shifts focus to delivery, to rhythm, to inconsistency, to what's missing. Psychologists call this hyper-vigilant empathy. It's not a superpower from a Marvel movie. It's a deeply wired neurological pattern built through experience, sometimes through pain, and it comes in two main forms. Part 1. The child who had to learn. This is the part people don't talk about enough. A significant number of people who are exceptional at detecting lies learned it as children, not in a classroom, in their own home. Think about the child who grew up in an unpredictable environment. Maybe a parent whose mood could flip without warning. Maybe a house where words said one thing and action said another. Maybe a childhood where reading the room wasn't a skill, it was a survival mechanism. These children, without realizing it, became experts in human behavior. They learned to watch, to listen to tone, not just words, to notice when someone's smile didn't reach their eyes, to feel tension in a room before a single word was spoken. Psychologists call this parentification in some cases, when a child is forced to emotionally manage adults around them. That child grows up, but the scanning never stops. The brain stays on alert. Is this safe? Is this real? Is this person being honest with me? That hypervigilance, built to protect a child, becomes a permanent filter, and that filter, it catches everything. Part 2. The pattern hunters. There's a second group. These are the people whose brains are wired for pattern recognition, high analytical intelligence, the kind of mind that doesn't just hear a story, it maps it. It automatically checks. Does this detail match that detail? Does the timeline add up? Does the emotion match the situation? For these people, an inconsistency in a story feels like a wrong note in music. You don't have to explain it. You just hear it, and your brain flags it quietly, instantly, almost involuntarily. Research consistently shows that people with higher cognitive ability detect deception significantly more often, not because they're cynical, but because their brain is always running a background check on coherence. These two types often overlap. The child who had to survive emotionally difficult years often develops both emotional sensitivity and razor-sharp pattern recognition. Now here's what I really want to talk about, because this is the part that usually gets skipped. What is it actually like to live with this ability? People will tell you it's a gift, and in some ways, yes, but there's a weight to it that most people don't see. When you can detect a lie easily, you also can't unsee it. You can't pretend you didn't notice. You can't convince yourself the inconsistency wasn't there. And so, you often find yourself in a quiet kind of loneliness, sitting across from someone knowing something is off, but having no clean way to say it, because you can't say your micro-expression changed, because people will call you paranoid, or too sensitive, or always suspicious. So you smile, you nod, and you carry it alone. There's also this exhausting side effect. Trust becomes genuinely difficult, not because you want to distrust people, but because your own brain keeps showing you evidence. And once you've been lied to by someone you loved, someone you trusted completely, your nervous system doesn't forget that easily. It updates its threat database, and it stays cautious. That caution is not a flaw. It is your nervous system doing its job. It protected you once, It might be protecting you right now. There's a concept in Japanese art called kintsugi. When a ceramic bowl breaks, they don't throw it away. They repair it with gold. And the cracks? They don't hide them. They highlight them. Because the philosophy is this: the broken places are where the beauty lives. If you're someone who sees through lies easily, if you read rooms, feel energy, catch inconsistencies without trying, there's a very real chance that ability was forged in a difficult place, in confusion, in betrayal, in learning to survive emotionally. And I'm not going to tell you that makes the pain worth it. I'm not here to romanticize what hurt you. But I will say this: the same sensitivity that made you vulnerable also made you deep. The same alertness that exhausts you also makes you one of the most perceptive people in any room. People like you don't take things at face value. You look underneath. And in a world full of noise and performance, that is genuinely rare. You are not broken. You are reconstructed, with gold in the cracks. So let me ask you something. Think about the last time you instantly knew something was off, before any proof, before any explanation. Just, you knew. What was it that tipped you off? Was it the eyes? Was it a pause that lasted half a second too long? Was it a story that was just too perfect? Drop it in the comments. And if this video described you, leave a brain below. No explanation needed. I'll know what it means. And so will everyone else in the comments who is exactly like you.